Hello, in this video you will learn how to solve for x and y in this exponential equation involving two different exponents, x and y. How do we go about solving it? Don't stop watching until the end of this video and you will find out. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more simplified and unique mathematics solutions. Now let's get started. To solve this question, I want us to apply some simple rules in mathematics. Now I want you to note that if you have 4 can be equal to 2 to the power of 2, right? That is acknowledged. And we are going to see that 6 to the power of 2 can also give us 36, right? So that is also accepted. So that means we are going to simplify that with 4 and 36 in that expression. So we're going to have 2 to the power of 2 all to the power of x, right? Minus 6 to the power of 2 all to the power of y, and this will be equal to 28. Great. Now, having seen this, the next thing we need to do is to find out the application of the law of indices. Remember, in law of indices, if I have a to the power of x multiplied by the power of y, this can be equal to a to the power of y multiplied by the power x. So if we apply that to that expression, we'll have 2 to the power of x multiplying 2 the power of 2 minus 6 to the power of y multiplying what? The power of 2, and this will be equal to 28. Now I do like us to go about solving this using one unique method. But before we do that, I want you to think about two things. One, that 28 can have various factors, and one of the factors is 2 times 14. So if we have 14 multiplied by 2 will give us 28, and at the same time we can also have 7 times 4 will give us 28. We can also have 1 times 2 will give us 28, but we're going to take 14 and 2. The reason will be best known to us as the solution of both. Now I also want you to know another law of algebraic formulas, that if you have a to the power of 2 minus b to the power of 2, that this can be equal to a plus b, right? And also a minus what? Minus b. Good. Now remember that from that expression you see that your a will be 2x because both of them are carrying square, and our b will be equal to 6 to the power of y. Great. Now let's simplify that using this expression we've been given. If we simplify that, we are going to have that expression to now give us 2 to the power of x plus 6 to the power of y, right? Multiplying 2 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of y, and this will be equal to 14 multiplied by 2. Great. Now having seen this, you come to see that this expression is greater than this expression. It is the fact, because this is positive and this other one is negative. What we are going to do is to equate this expression with the two products. So we'll have 2 to the power of x, which is the greatest on this side, to the power of y, equating the greatest on the other side, which is 14, and then 2 to the power of x on this side minus 6 to the power of y, equating the lowest on the other side, which is what? 2. And we're going to have this as our equation 1 and our equation 2. Now if we solve these two equations simultaneously, we are going to simply get the value for what? We're going to simply get the value for x and y. Now let's do that. We're going to solve this equation simultaneously, and we'll solve this equation using the elimination law of a simultaneous equation. From the elimination law of simultaneous equation, if we add these two equations, you come to see that plus 6y to the power of y plus minus 6 to the power of y will simply give us what? 0. Then 2 to the power of x plus 2 to the power of x, 2 to the power of x plus 2 to the power of x. This will give us 2 to the power of x multiplied by 1 plus 1, and this will give us 2 to the power of 2x, right? So that will give us 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 2x, and this will be equal to this plus this will give us 16. So we've gotten a solution there. We'll have 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x equal to 16. Now let's simplify this. If we simplify this by dividing both sides by 2, if you divide both sides by 2, you'll come to see that 2 clears 2, and then 2 to the power of x is equal to, this clears this to give us 8, and this will be 2 to the power of x equal to 8. Now remember that 2 to the power of 3 can be equal to 8. So we'll have these to be equal to 2 to the power of 3, and then we'll have 2 to the power of x. Since they have the same base, our value of x will be equal to 3. And that is the first solution to that exponential equation that is given to us. So we'll find the value of x. The next thing is to look for how we'll find the value of y. Now to find the value of y, let's consider equation 2. From equation 2, you're going to see that the value of y is equal to, what are we given as the value of y over there? You are given that 2 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of y is equal to 2. So we'll have 2 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of y equal to 2. And remember, we're given that x is equal to 3. So if we substitute that, we'll have 2 to the power of 3 minus 6 to the power of y, and this will be equal to 2. Now 2 to the power of 3 is going to give us 8, so we'll have 8 minus 6 to the power of y to be equal to 2. Now let's subtract 8 from both sides. This will give us 6 to the power of y to the power of 6 to the power of y equal to 2 minus 8, right? So that will give us the solution 6 to the power of y to be equal to negative 6. For sure, negative will clear negative, and then we'll have 6 to the power of y to be equal to 6 to the power of 1, because 6 to the power of 1 is equal to 6. So our y over here will be equal to 1. And that is the solution to y from that exponential equation that is given to us. Now the question is, how do we check if this is actually correct? Remember, we have two solutions. Now the solutions are x equal to 3 and y equal to 1. So let's substitute this into those expressions. Initial expression given to us 4 to the power of x minus 36 to the power of y equal to 28. So how do we substitute this into that expression? Let's substitute the power of x and y into that expression. So we'll have 4 to the power of 3 minus 36 to the power of 1. Is it going to give us 28? Let's find out. 4 to the power of 3 is equal to what? That will give us 64. Now 64 minus 36, because 36 to the power of 1 is 36. So what will that give us? That will give us that will simply give us 26. So that means that will simply give us 28. So that means x equal to 3 and y equal to 1 are the solution that satisfies that expression that is given to us up here. I told you that you're going to find it interesting watching this video to the end. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and colleagues, and kindly remember to subscribe to my channel for more simplified mathematics solution. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.